You're listening to DraftKings Network.
You know that sound. It's the sound of money hitting your Venmo account. A friend paying you back. Or maybe it's getting cash back from your favorite business when you pay with the Venmo debit card. Or it's realizing you can pay with Venmo at checkout at thousands of brands. Now, there are so many more ways to answer the question, what's your Venmo? Download Venmo today. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A. pursuant to license by MasterCard International Incorporated. Dosh cashback terms apply.
At Sierra, discover top workout gear at incredible prices, which might lead to another discovery. Your headphones haven't been connected this whole time. Awkward. Discover top brands at unexpectedly low prices. Sierra, let's get moving.
Welcome to the Big Suey, presented by DraftKings.
Why are you listening to this show?
The podcast that seems very similar to the other Dan Le Batard podcast.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to apologize for that.
In fact, the only difference seems to be this imaging.
I have been tempted in restaurants just walking past tables to grab somebody's fries that if they're just there. That hasn't happened to you guys?
I've done it.
And now, here's the marching man to nowhere, Fat Face, and the habitual liar.
This episode of the Dan Le Batard Show with Stugotz is presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
O'Shea Jackson going to join us at the end of this hour. We're going to open up the club as well. Got a lot to get to. Don't have enough show for all the things that I want to get to today. I will admit publicly here something that's uncomfortable to admit, and I believe one of the greatest failures of Meadowlark Media as a company. The fact that we do not yet have an oatmeal sponsor for the way that Jessica shovels into her face her breakfast oatmeal during work in a way that's a bit self-conscious, but not really, because I saw her watching the cameras. I think we should have oatmeal cameras trained on Jessica to catch her in the act of pelican eating all of the oatmeal.
It's Valentine's Day for me and my oatmeal as well, Dan.
Yeah.
We're having a very nice time together this morning.
I think we should be sponsoring it. I think we should be profiting off it. I think you personally should be profiting off of how much you love that oatmeal. I want to ask the audience for some help with something. Put the hashtag Venmo on it, because I am a bit tired of how it is that the loose ship around here results in not even Venmo, a trusted sponsor, having the people around here respect the fine bucket. So, hashtag Venmo. Please, audience, tell me what I need to start doing as punishment to people who do not pay their fines. Because that fine, the weird part about those fines is I'm the only one paying them for 4 years, and I never get that money. That money is in the fine bucket, but the people getting it are employees, and the amount of money should be 10 times what it is because Stugotz and Cody and because everyone else is paying their Venmo fines.
Are we talking about the Venmo bucket, which is presented by Venmo?
That very bucket.
It was a busy week for the Venmo bucket. Yeah, well, by our records, we had one fine. What? $20 to David Sampson for coughing.
No, your records are wrong.
Let the records show.
More like 50?
Yeah.
Greg Cody had an assortment of fines.
Oh, yeah. There was a situation where you took his phone and you guessed his password.
So, Billy, the person who's not going to be in charge of it is you.
Oh,
yes.
no, I'm not in charge of it.
No. And furthermore, I don't want a syllable of your opinions on it.
On the Venmo bucket?
Yeah.
Presented by Venmo?
Yeah. No, that you can say that and nothing else.
Oh, okay.
About that. But I want the audience to tell me what I need to do to make the shipping container and others pay their penalties so they can have money. Like it's the funniest thing. It's like so they can have money from others in the container who aren't paying their money.
From the Venmo bucket, which is presented by Venmo.
Yes.
Right. Got it.
Thank you. I have a number of other things that I want to get to. I want to get to some Rob Ryan audio. I have a funny word association that I do with Rob Ryan, which is when I hear the name Rob Ryan, I immediately imagine pizza boxes in a van, but I'm not making a fat joke there. It's just because he admitted to having a lot of pizza boxes in his van, and it's totally unsurprising. Like, if I said anyone in sports, if you're not making fat jokes, if you're just doing it visually on who's got pizza boxes in their van, it's this guy. So tell me now, because I did not know that Rob Ryan is now at USC. The Ryan family continues to get jobs in football, even though they've got pizza boxes in their van and sound like they're chewing on their teeth when talking on First Take and other programs like this. But Jessica, this sound from Rob Ryan is a meandering journey to nowhere that is wonderful.
It's a wonderful press conference, Dan. This got buried during Super Bowl week, and you were out of town, and I said, we need to save this for when Dan comes back. It's 2 minutes of just beautiful...
Word salad?
No, I mean, it's on a journey. You can follow where he's going, but it just is unclear why he's going there. It's wonderful, so we'll listen to it now.
Watch where we finish this year. This guy is special. He's special. He knows how to get it done. He's a great communicator, great teacher. He's fun to be around. He makes everybody better, including the coaches. And, we'll see. I'm looking forward for the, spring ball or whatever. I can't wait. We're going to go against the best. Oh, good. Bring it on. Let's see. I can't wait to see that little JUCO kid from Hutch. Bam! We're going to get after his little butt. But anyway, it'll be great. We're excited. And I saw the Mayava guy. I coached his uncle. I hated that kid when I first saw him. A USC kid, a little captain. Remember, he could walk under this table right here. Little guy. We draft this little runt. I'm like, oh, man. This guy, I was all over this kid during the OTAs. Like, man, this guy, man, you got to run to cover guy. Anyway, so then I'm like, hey, guys, Suey Linebackers is going on vacation with the family, going out to Hawaii, going to Maui. I've never been to Maui. I run things in Oahu, but I'm like, I'm going to go to Maui. He's like, hey, Rob, you get in any kind of trouble now, you just tell him you know Kalooks. I'm like, man, yeah, I'm going to tell him I know Kalooks. Get the hell out of here. Walk out there, do the usual. Got me and the wife there. Oh, we're going to have a romantic evening. Go out there, no rent-a-car. What do you mean? You never called for the rent-a-car? I told you she's Greek. I'm like, yeah, they must have lost it. So, of course, I forgot to call. Now they're out of cars. I'm in Maui. I got no car. So what do? I know Kalooks. I got a car. Oh, you know Kalooks? Swear to God, hand to God, true story. I got a van. I'm like, yeah, Kalooks, my man. Anyway, I ended up loving the kid. He was, oh man, is he mean as a rattlesnake. And there was a reason why that kid was captain with all those first round draft choices. I love that guy. Ended up, looks can be deceiving.
All right, the words are funny. Do me a favor, just put it in the picture-in-picture, please. I don't want it with audio. The video's funnier. Just I don't need any of the words. Him wandering around lost. The way your great abuelo is when he lost all of his sensibilities. Wandering off the screen, wandering out of the press conference, waddling with that particular shape that shows when he gets behind the podium that there's a wide berth going on there of just coaching for 30 years, pizza boxes in your van. Him wandering on and off the set, just simply yammering.
It's amazing. I mean, honestly, the hair obviously is the best part of this video, but you can follow the story, right? Like, he coached Jaden Mayava's uncle, who got a connection to a car in Hawaii, but the way he does it, he was walking back and forth. He says, I run things in Oahu. He says he's a great communicator. He just keeps going on these little tangents while he keeps walking away and coming back. Oh, it's electric. It's so good.
I told you, she's Greek. Mean as a rattlesnake was great too.
I want to get there, in my life. I want to be Rob Ryan.
I mean, you're a yammerer, dude.
What? Me? How so?
Put it on the poll at Batard Show. Does Rob Ryan run Oahu?
When you said that you have word association with Rob Ryan and it's empty pizza boxes, I also have word association with Rob Ryan, and it's because of a video that I was sent that it wasn't, the nicest video to be sent, and it was media night for the Super Bowl 2020 in Miami. There's a welcome media party, usually on the Monday or the Tuesday, and this one was, I believe, at the Port of Miami at one of the
Norwegian cruise liner terminal.
One of the terminals. Yeah. And I didn't go. I heard that it was kind of a mess getting there, getting in and out.
There's one lane.
But I had a spy that was there that throughout the night was sending me videos of Rob Ryan dancing, because there was a live band or music that was playing and there was one person dancing. and it was Rob Ryan, and he was loving it.
He's so electric. Like I saw him in person for the first time at that Miami Super Bowl, and it's the most starstruck I've been in my whole career. This is the same week that like I interviewed Joe Burrow and Travis Kelce and like all these other NFL players. But I saw Rob Ryan from behind. I saw his beautiful hair, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's Rob!" I took a picture of him sneakily from behind. It was amazing.
Here's one of the funny things about all of this, because you can make the argument that Rex Ryan had the most successful run in Jets history as a coach. It wouldn't be a great argument, but he'd be toward the top of the list of whatever success resembles for the New York Jets. And because of that, and this is funny, what I'm going to tell you, what my analysis is of all of this. I will laugh at Rob Ryan, that video, and all the ones that came before it as the lesser of the two Ryan brothers who speak all the time as if you can hear that they are licking their teeth. I will laugh at the Ryans as both being some people who you can imagine with pizza boxes in their car. But because USC has hired Rob Ryan as defensive coordinator, I know nothing else except they'll probably be better at defense. And it's only because they can't be much worse. It's not even about Rob Ryan. But even with that press conference, I'm like, I don't need to know anything else. I believe that Lincoln Riley is going to have a better defense next year because Rob Ryan is around it and his pizza boxes are around it. And I don't think that's a very smart thing for me to be doing.
No, I mean, he's the linebackers coach.
Even better.
And he has great hair. And their defense was already a lot better last year when they brought in D'Anton Lynn, and now they have a Ryan. And not only a Ryan, the best Ryan of all, better than Buddy, better than Rex, the best Ryan.
Whoa! No one has that opinion, not even Rob.
I know, I mean, it's sacrilegious. I'm from Chicago.
My favorite part of that video is it's about 2 minutes and 15 seconds long. You get about 55 seconds into it, and he goes, anyway, and then goes on for another minute and 15 seconds where he's talking about some JUCO kid that he wants to go punch. It was incredible.
A little runt.
That's quality right there. Billy, do me a favor, please. I have been told by Taylor, and I've been told by people around Taylor who wish for less Taylor. I've been told by Taylor that he thinks, I put him in charge of Gas Bag of the Week, and we've seen how that's gone. We did it 3 times and then didn't do it again. Now we have phone calls from listeners that are sponsored, and I've been very underwhelmed by how the employees at this company rise up to please our sponsors. They don't do a very good job of helping the people who sponsor us.
You're talking about the Boost mobile line, 305-486-GOTS?
Yeah, I was very disappointed by the first few calls. When we're challenging the entirety of the internet and telephone systems nationally and internationally to produce the best hot take, and what we got was an unending river of diarrhea, an unending river of everything that was in Jimmy Butler's shorts, everything that's been running through the Heat locker room. There's a viral.
That's pretty crazy.
There's a viral strain. All of this. Our callers have been that. I blame our callers for Jimmy Butler taking that, like the bird flu from Miami to Golden State. I blame that locker room for being infected by our callers being shitty at takes. So Taylor says we've got a group now that are worthy of the sponsorship. I don't believe him. I don't trust him.
Well, I mean, I could just play it for you if you want. Again, if you want to participate.
But are you notarizing this? Are you endorsing this? You're playing something that I haven't heard.
No.
You're playing Jeremy's boldly. You're playing something I have not heard.
Taylor.
And lately, I don't trust the judgment of our crew to play things that are well for the sponsors, because you guys aren't respecting the sponsors.
The sponsor, as you mentioned, is Boost Mobile, 305-486-GOTS if you want to do this. Boldest take from the weekend. And we can, we usually air them earlier in the week, but this week we had this compilation. I'm gonna be honest. I chuckled.
All right. Well, that is the highest compliment. I thought that the highest compliment on the show was the Hakeem Nicks laugh, but you saying you chuckled.
Slightly.
Not full out laugh.
No, a slight chuckle.
I think a slight chuckle is redundant. I think a chuckle is.
It wasn't a coy chuckle though. It wasn't like a. It was like I was on the couch. I was like.
All right, let's see what we have here. But I don't trust your judgment here because you like when things are bad. That's the thing. Yeah, you like when things are terrible.
Hey, this is Evan from Houston. Just to set the visual, I'm like a 5'8" Dwayne Wade, but with the hairline of Thibodeau.
My hot take of the week is that you people that back into parking spaces You're screwing it up for the rest of us.
Avocados are overrated.
Terry Rozier for Caitlin Clark. She gives us more spacing, opens up the lanes, and we shed some salary cap. Would love to hear your thoughts.
Tom Izzo compiler?
I present to you limited fake Arnold Schwarzenegger stuck in a bear trap. I can't get to the chopper. It's not a tumor. It's a bear trap.
This is Clay from Tennessee. First thing I wanted to say is prayers up for Dalton Connect.
Cheesecake is a terrible dessert. It's just cheese and graham cracker crust.
Why in the hell are we still using toilet paper in America in 2025? Japan has it right with those toilets.
Yes, this is Sean Connery calling from The Rock. Hot dogs are better with all beef.
What happens to the large scissors that are used at grand openings? What's happening to those scissors? Are they getting used again? Are they traveling around the country to be used at multiple grand openings? How many of these are there?
Dan from Maine, in the legendary chicken parm sandwich. The mozzarella does all the heavy lifting. Why do we not call it a chicken mozz instead of a chicken parm?
Now that Aaron Rodgers' career is over with the Jets and that experiment, like all Jets experiments, I messed up. I'm going to call back. I'll see you soon.
Chuckle.
Chicken parm. That's a strong take.
Man.
He's right.
What do happen to those large scissors?
Chicken mozz.
Where do they go? Who uses them?
Put it on the poll, please. Juju at Batard Show. Does Japan have it right with those toilets? What happens to the giant scissors after the grocery store opening? Yes or no? That's how I want that question to look. What happens? Because it's not something I'd ever considered before that call. I will hunt down. I will have private investigators do this. Whoever it is that claimed on our anonymous line that cheesecake is overrated. I will hunt that person down, and I will take the consequences that a jury gives me for what I do to that person.
I'll back you up. You're right to do that.
Bad ally.
An ally, though, Dan. He's an ally.
I am an ally. We established that earlier in the week.
Caitlin Clark for Terry
Did
Rozier.
it a lot earlier than that. Yes.
Yep.
Yes, Caitlin. Well,
that's a good call.
Are you guys bothered that they're not going to do the Steph Sabrina thing again this year? Like, that was the best thing about last year's All-Star game, was it not? Why wouldn't they do that again? Why would they not take a thing that we were all interested in when everyone's complaining about what this weekend is and not do it again?
Well, I think it was offered to Caitlin and she rejected it, which, by the way, good for her, because like she has absolutely nothing to gain from that stunt. Because I think that the prize is like $50,000, which of her player salary, it's like more than 2/3 of her player salary. But like also, if you lose, then
Who cares?
Of course you lost.
You lose, though. Like, have fun.
No.
The whole thing is have fun, right? You're going against the greatest shooter who's ever lived. And you're going to go there and shoot around, have fun, hug at the end. Hey, this was great. All right, guys, let's go.
Well, I think Caitlin just wanted to do the three-point contest at WNBA All-Star in Indianapolis this year. So, like, there's... No, but if that's her first three-point contest, it's undoubtedly there's more hype that you can build around it at your own league's three-point like I think what she's doing is pretty smart there. Yeah. And also I'm with you that the Sabrina Steph thing was like the only All-Star thing I watched last year. Like, it was really fun, and then I forgot there was even a game the next day.
It was close, and it is close. Like, it's something that I was surprised that would be close, because I don't expect Steph to be close against anybody of any gender. So I'd like to see it again, because she left me with the impression she could beat him. And I didn't think that there was somebody who could beat him at that. I would make him the favorite shooting against anybody in the history of the sport at that. Like anybody who's ever shot a basketball. And my imagination is not unlimited enough to imagine who will ever shoot it better than that. So
who will ever shoot it?
I was going to do it to myself.
Also,
there.
Dan, don't look now, but Notre Dame women's basketball, speaking of women's basketball, maybe ranked number 1 when the next rankings come out, because USC beat UCLA last night. Notre Dame beat USC earlier in the season. Juju Watkins had a really, really good game, but Hannah Doggo is also really good, and Olivia Miles is also really, really good. They're both on the midseason award watch list for National Player of the Year, and they both have a very good shot at it, and Sonia Citron's also really good. So don't look now, but Notre Dame is really, really good at women's basketball.
Also, prayers up for Dalton Connect.
Hey folks, it's Mike Ryan. It is big game week, and I've got just the thing to make your big game time a Miller time. From fireside conversations to football Sundays, winter means more moments with the coolest people in your life. Make these moments even better with Miller Lite, the great tasting light beer for people who love beer. A new year is a perfect time for friends, family, and great tasting light beer. Tastes like Miller time. Miller Lite is brewed for taste. It hits different than other light beers, so when you're hosting your ultimate game day party, why don't you bring out a beautiful silver platter of that amazing white can and know you will make everybody there happy, because Miller Lite is the original light beer since 1975 and still the very best one. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. Tastes like Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
Don Batard.
We got Afrini Hardaway.
Afrini? Who is Afrini Hardaway?
I was trying to read fast. UD was on the team. Luke Jackson. Bobby Jones. The Matrix, Shawn Marion.
Stugotz.
Zoe, Shaq, Smush Parker, Chris Quinn.
Wait a minute.
D. Wade.
Wait a minute.
Jason Williams, Darrell Wright. I mean, stacked roster.
This is the Don Batard Show with the Stugotz.
So don't look now. You don't want me to look now.
No, don't look now. Juju Watkins is really, really good at basketball, but don't look now.
Don't look now.
Notre Dame's also really good.
Look now.
I like Don't Look Now correspondent talking through her teeth about things that people shouldn't look at. Why do you have that look on your face, Tony?
Because, Dan, Don't Look Now makes me think there's a lot of things that we shouldn't look at, but that we should talk about.
Ooh. Hold on a second.
What do you think about that?
I feel like there's something here.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. So she's telling me not to look now. I want to look now because she's telling me to look by not looking now.
Don't.
But she's telling me not to look, but now I want to look because she's telling me there's something great over there. Why wouldn't I want to look at it? If don't look now, but I want to look at it. And so you're telling me, what are you doing? What are you?
I'm taking Don't Look Now to the next level. I'm actually gonna cover my eyes.
I think you've got that upside down.
No, I got it right side up.
I think. Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not sure.
It's a small one. It's a small one.
No, I think it might be upside down.
Really?
I
can't see though because I'm not looking.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
so
Wait, hold on a second. I have an idea for this.
Well, we got music for this?
It's time for a new game. Don't Look Now.
I love the budget that you guys poured into that. Whose voice was that?
We did that in like 10 seconds.
That's unbelievable.
We just started saying
I can't
Don't Look
believe
Now.
how creative you guys.
By the way, Don't Look Now, which we just came up with, is presented by Smirnoff, the world's #1 vodka. Please drink responsibly.
So, Tony, we're doing something here. You've got an upside-down mask. That's a sleep mask. I will tell you that there's a photo somewhere of me synchronized swimming with an Olympics synchronized swimming team in the 1990s. And my nose, because I wasn't familiar with how it is that you put the nose plug on, was upside down in all the photographs I've taken. Jessica, is that an upside-down sleep mask? Because he looks more like a sexy Batman character sort of role-playing in his bedroom
It is Valentine's Day, Dan.
Than he does like somebody trying to cover his eyes to blindfold himself.
Are you asking me if I think he looks sexy or like a Batman character?
Like a Batman.
You guys ever do superheroes? Is that what we're talking about here?
Yes, that looks like how you would role play if you were trying to be a superhero. Tom Powers, fullback of the bedroom.
I think what's going on here, for full disclosure here, with New Game Full Disclosure, we're being very careful with that mask because it's for a company that doesn't sponsor us anymore.
Okay.
Dan, you said Don't Look Now, but in the spirit of Don't Look Now, there's a couple things that I want to get off my chest that we shouldn't be looking at. As you can see, I'm not looking at it right now. I don't know if you guys are looking at me. Dan, do not look at me, okay? I want you to... Don't look now, but I want you to imagine a future.
How are you reading?
It's a good question.
He's holding up a piece of paper and reading it.
I want you to imagine a future.
I think the way this works is someone else wears the blindfold and you say don't look now and they're blindfolded.
No, but I'm not looking.
Blindfolded.
I'm so committed to the bit that I'm not looking.
Got it.
You're holding up the piece of paper for effect.
It looks like you're reading from a piece of paper.
It could look like that if you were looking, but the problem is you should not be looking.
I wasn't looking, but Billy made me. I wasn't
Stop looking.
You can't look, but Tony's wearing the blindfold.
Okay,
and
here it
reading,
is.
but don't look now.
Imagine a future with Drake May, T. Higgins, and Travis Hunter.
Wow.
Ooh,
Don't look now, but that could
fun.
be a very dangerous offense.
I'm worried for the Dolphins. that's the case, you also have the Bills. Yeah. Whatever the Jets end up doing is going to be better
Is Dan
than it
looking?
was now.
No. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Sorry.
Don't
He
look.
He peeked.
What position is Hunter playing?
But all of them.
Okay.
Stop. He looked.
Wide receiver and corner,
He
Dan,
looked.
for Braves.
No.
Come on, he's going to love that.
You got to go to the next one. He looked at that one. Yeah.
Dan, don't look now. Jim Harbaugh, Pete Carroll, back in the same division.
Oh my God, man!
No, Dan, stop looking. It was accidental. It was accidental.
Well, but it's just it was fine. You're teasing me with the things you're saying.
Dan, I know how much you care about the future of Derek Carr, but don't look now. But Kellen Moore wouldn't commit to Derek Carr as his quarterback moving forward in New Orleans. Don't look now, but that could be a really big deal in the way that ultimately shapes their division, Dan.
That's big.
I don't.
No, stop looking.
No, don't.
Well,
Yeah,
so is
don't.
it looking or talking? Because
Well, don't look.
But if you acknowledge it, it seems like
You
you're
can
looking
talk,
at
you
it.
just can't
What
look.
it is it's presented by Smirnoff, the world's #1 vodka. Please drink responsibly. We all know that.
Do we have any more of these?
Well, do you have one? I thought you were prepared for this.
Well, I wasn't prepared for it. I don't think I'm allowed to look. I don't think I'm allowed to look at what it is that I'm saying, but I will try. Don't look now, but that Saints job is a torturous kind of hell that has all sorts of salary cap problems and is the only job in the NFL that is not actually coveted, that Mike McCarthy and others turned down. Don't look now.
That's a good one, actually.
And
That's
also
kind of cool. I kind of want to look at that.
And as an extra added bonus on Don't Look Now, also, you really don't want to look at this. What the Saints did with the Catholic Church, don't look now. Don't ever look at that.
Dan. Yeah. Are you looking at it?
Nope.
Did you look at it before?
I try not to.
Okay.
But I think everybody needs to know about that. But that's probably not something we should put.
Maybe they can listen to it but not look at it.
Well, let's.
No.
We should take a look.
All right,
into
someone
of that.
looked next
We
one.
should, we should listen to it.
Yeah.
Dan, don't look now, but the Pittsburgh Steelers allegedly interested in Trevor Lawrence.
After a $250 million contract?
That would be amazing.
Wow.
Duval.
Some people were saying, you know what, that's a landing spot for Aaron Rodgers, but
Stop,
Trevor.
Dan, don't look. Because apparently it didn't happen. There's already reports that didn't happen. That's why you're not supposed to look.
Oh, why?
You know what I just
on
did?
Valentine's Day.
Not only did I just look, I looked and saw that Stephen A. Smith was on my TV screen saying, does Rodgers going to the Steelers, is that a culture killer? I just saw it on the screen. I'm sorry. So Aaron Rodgers is available, and now, but don't look at that either. So I'm sorry. How many more of these do we have?
Wait, hold on. Don't look now. This is a sidebar to that. Don't look now, and it's something that I put out there on God Bless Football, which is available today. But I'm curious your thoughts on this.
Don't look at it though.
If Aaron Rodgers goes to the Steelers and ends Mike Tomlin's streak of not having a winning season, I say out of the Hall of Fame. Don't look now.
Mike Tomlin becomes out of the Hall of Fame?
No, Aaron Rodgers out of the Hall of Fame.
So you're
for
saying
ruining
if
that
they
streak.
have a losing season
Correct.
So it's
with
like
Aaron Rodgers?
what
Yes.
gravitational pull is stronger, Mike Tomlin towards 10+ win seasons or Aaron Rodgers towards being just really not good?
But don't look now.
Don't look now.
But the last time Mike Tomlin won a playoff game, Barack Obama was president.
Wow.
Lewis,
I'm definitely not looking.
Lewis, would you do me the favor, please, of playing for the people? You got to turn down the music here. You can get back to it if you want, but for the moment, can you just play Liam Cohen trying, the new Jacksonville coach, trying to say Duval?
That's what this is about. Jacksonville, the community. Duval.
Yeah.
How do we do this together?
Duval.
It's haunting. It's just creepy.
Jacksonville's a weird place, huh?
It is.
Yeah.
For a number of reasons, but like the Jaguars seems like a weird place in Jacksonville.
That's correct. All of it is a little off. Are we done with Don't Look Now? There are some other things that I like the game. I'm willing.
Are you still looking, though?
Stop looking.
Yes.
I'd like to play it again. Do you have anything else? Or
You want
we
to
done?
start the bet again? We can start the music
No,
again.
I
Let me
don't-
check. Hold on. Let
New
me check my
intro
paper really
presented
quick.
by Smirnoff, the world's #1 vodka. Please drink responsibly.
I want to talk about a couple of other things, but if you have more of this, I'm willing to play a little
I've got
more.
one more on my paper here, Dan.
The paper you can't read because your eyes are covered?
Exactly right, because I'm not looking. Don't look now, Dan. The Dolphins have negative $11.6 million in cap space.
That's not great.
Not good.
Something's got to give.
That is good salary cap analysis from our love coach, Billy Gill, Billy Chill, Billy Ill. These things that you are, Billy, I just am curious. Your name is Guillermo. I asked somebody this. I asked somebody this morning. Billy is short for William, correct?
Yes.
But you're Guillermo. Is Guillermo Spanish for William?
It is.
Okay, did not know that before right now.
What?
Wait,
honestly,
hold
did
on
not.
a
Are you looking?
Yeah.
I was looking.
Okay,
yeah.
that's why you didn't know.
Put it on the poll at Batard Show. Did you know Guillermo was Spanish for Billy? I did not know that.
Yes, of course.
What?
Yeah.
Guillermo is William in Spanish.
No, I know that. I am shocked Dan did not know that.
There's a lot of people that don't know my name around these parts. Like when I checked into the hotel at Super Bowl, we couldn't find my room. And we were looking and looking and looking. And I said, try Ben Lyons, because that's been a mistake that's happened. And they didn't find my room under Ben Lyons. And it turns out it was under William Gill, which I've never been. I'm like, do you want me to change? I'm like, yes, please. And then other times there's like a 2L in my last name situation that's confusing.
What does your government
No
ID
respect.
say? What is your middle
Rodney
name, Billy?
Dangerfield.
What is all of it?
What's that now?
What's your whole government name?
Guillermo. Well, I mean, if I'm going to say it properly.
And also, what's your PIN number on your ATM card?
Hold on a second.
Last 4 years social.
Guillermo Luis Gil. So even Gil isn't my last name,
Yeah,
if we're going to be
it's Gil.
perfectly honest, yeah. And people only found that out because of Luis Gil, pitcher for the Yankees. Also my dad's name and my grandfather, R.I.P.
But neither the pitcher.
Are we done?
I have one more. Don't look now if you don't want to look. Ooh, this one's very controversial, very conspiratorial, if you will, Dan.
Oh, do we want to?
Yeah, we do. We do. Okay, don't look now. But the Giants have just hired Matthew Stafford's brother-in-law to be part of their coaching staff.
Oh,
what is that supposed to mean?
Didn't Colin Cowherd report Stafford to the Giants?
Sounds like you're looking, Dan.
Yeah, I was looking.
You're not
Cowherd
supposed
was
to be
for sure
doing
looking.
that.
I know
All right,
he was
you know
looking.
what? I'm not good at this game. We will revisit it. We will play it better. I like the game. We will try it. We will try it again next week.
All right, I know I got to do this ad read, but hold on. Let me reapply. Did you hear that? Yep, that's my new favorite lip gloss from NYX Cosmetics. Now I'm ready to talk to you. I've been a huge fan of NYX Cosmetics for many years now. In fact, I use their Thick It, Stick It brow gel every single day. So you can imagine my excitement when we recently received a special delivery to the Batard studios from our friends over at NYX Cosmetics. And there it was. When I opened the box, glowing, I heard the angels sing, "Ah." It's their latest lip gloss fat oil lip drip. It's NYX Cosmetics' first lip oil of its kind. This creamy lip oil will have your lips dripping with fat perks. You get all the shine of a lip gloss and none of the stickiness while experiencing 12-hour hydration. I'm usually a matte lip gloss kind of gal. My normal go-to is NYX Cosmetics lip gloss, the Lingerie XXL. But after applying the status update shade, I have found my new go-to lip gloss. Fat Oil Lip Drip has high shine finish with comfortable wear and none of the sticky texture. A lip product that's hydrating, non-sticky, and only $9? Now that's a win. Try Fat Oil Lip Drip from NYX Professional Makeup. Available in 14 universally flattering shades. Find your perfect Fat Oil Lip Drip. Shop now at NYXCosmetics.com or a retailer near you.
Don Lebatard. I just heard a song that had Frank Sinatra singing from the window to the wall till the sweat drop off my balls. Stugotz.
The window to
we all heard
the
that, right?
walls till the sweat drops down my balls.
So what I'm saying here,
all these females crawl, singing, oh, skeet, skeet, goddamn.
Old blue eyes.
congratulations on your Suey nomination.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
Couple of things that I want to get to here. First of all, put George Lopez on the screen for me because I did not know that George Lopez looked like this. I have not known, I have not felt in my life that George Lopez is the funniest of the Latin people, even though he has gotten, I think, most of the fame for being the funniest of the Latin people. I am enjoying this particular dance. He looks funny here. But can you look up for me, Jeremy, please? Because I don't know what happened with him in a casino with some drunkenness and being on a floor and stuff, but I thought the George Lopez thing was done right there, wherever it is that was happening. But here is George Lopez, looking the way George Lopez does. And your thoughts here are what, Tony? Are you and Guillermo here, Guillermo Luis, are you guys George Lopez fans as representation on behalf of funny for us, for America?
There's people that find George Lopez funny. I'm not one of them, but I appreciate, Hispanics going out there and making people laugh and stuff. I'm not looking now because obviously we're still playing Don't Look Now.
You can take that off.
Oh, I can take it off?
Yeah, you can take the blindfold
All
off.
right. Let me see. I haven't seen George Lopez in a while. What does he look like?
Oh, you haven't seen what he looks like?
No,
he looks like crap.
Whoa,
that was unnecessary.
Can I describe what I think he looks like? What in the picture in my mind, I have him like jet black hair. I got like the George Lopez of old, right? The George Lopez show. He's got the tan skin. He's looking good.
No, this is old George Lopez. This is not the George Lopez of old. This
looks like Rob Ryan.
Yeah, little Rob Ryan in there. Little Rob Ryan.
Roberto Ryan.
Looks like Jerry Garcia.
Roberto's like the Spanish version of Robert, by the way, Dan. I don't know if you
Thank you,
that
Jessica. I appreciate your Latin indoctrination here.
Can I ask you guys a delicate question that I think we've all been wondering, and if you can put the video of George Lopez dancing again, because it's related to this video. A lot of us are thinking it, and no one, I don't think, has asked it, but does Jennifer Hudson actually have a show, or does she just make people dance in a hallway? Because I don't think I've ever seen a clip of her actual show, but every day I just see pictures of people dancing in the hallway, be it George Lopez or Dan Orlovsky or whoever. There's just always people dancing
You're telling me
down
that
the
this
hallway.
happens all the time. I've never seen one of these videos before.
This is a thing. This is a video. She has her guests dance down the hallway, and her staff serenades the celebrities
By
as
saying
they're
their name.
dancing down the hallway
Really?
to the stage. But I have never seen a clip of the actual show. Just videos of everyone dancing in the hallway or like awkwardly like walking. Like, what am I supposed to do now?
Huh.
Yeah.
What channel is her show on?
I don't know. It's just on Twitter and Instagram, and it's just videos of people dancing. I don't know that they actually go anywhere.
I have to be honest, though, this video by itself is as funny as I've ever seen George Lopez be. I associate George Lopez basically with just one move where he sort of makes his joke and then moves his hand down to his belt buckle and just looks off to the side like that's his. And I don't think he's funny, but this is funny, and he's dancing well, and his hair is absolutely helping the visuals on this. Jeremy, what details can you give me about George Lopez being on the floor sleeping in a casino because he had too much to drink?
It's actually not reckless speculation. He was on the floor asleep at a casino in Canada and was arrested for public intoxication. But there was a photo of him that sort of leaked out of him falling asleep on the floor in the casino. And he said, tied one on last night, not feeling great this morning, was trying to sleep it off. Unfortunately, it was on the casino floor.
Also, Billy, this show is wildly popular. It has like 6 million followers on TikTok.
But because of these videos, I'm telling you, if you look, it's all of these videos. Look at the one, and I don't think we have time to do it, but look at the one that's a guy that everyone accused of being Dan Orlovsky, and he can't shake it. Dan Orlovsky is now known for two things: running out of the end zone and dancing while walking down the hall of the Jennifer Hudson show that he was never on. It was not Dan Orlovsky, but they continued to bring it up and ask him about it because the guy has his hair cut.
Video, please find that and just put it up in the last 8 minutes that we have here. Let me get to a couple of other things. We're headed for a bit of streaming chaos during March Madness now that Paramount is off of YouTube. I'm sorry, sports fans, that this greedy hunt for extra streaming dollars is going to end up ruining March Madness for many of you.
We have a betrayal video out here. It is not the Dan Orlovsky video, but it is Rob Ryan dancing sadly at media night.
There is nothing sad about this.
Nothing sad about that.
There's
That is
nothing
not sad.
There's about
somebody
Rob
else
Ryan
dancing there
at
too.
the media party.
Somebody's dancing with
sad.
him. Yeah.
Nothing sad about that.
You know what? This just reminded me. I met him at a different Super Bowl party. I just remembered. Charlotte and I went up to him and we're like, Rob Ryan, we're such big fans of yours. And he was like, why? I'm Rob Ryan.
It's a great question.
It is a surprising question, though, to
It was
hear
so awkward
from
that I
Rob
forgot I
Ryan.
met him.
Yes, that you were so starstruck the first time you met him that you forgot the other time that you met him. It seems to dilute some of your shell shock when you say, "I was with Joe Burrow. I was with."
I met Josh Allen that night too, but the Rob Ryan thing I repressed.
The second meeting of Rob Ryan. I also wanted to ask you, because one of Tony mentioned in Don't Look Now that the Patriots have some ability to do some things on offense if they get creative around building around Drake May. And what I wanted to ask you is the report from Pablo Torre finds out, which I was really surprised to learn, that Pablo Torre is reporting that Bill Belichick's girlfriend, who was in the Dunkin' Donuts commercial with Bill Belichick and is 50 years younger than him, is his de facto agent right now. And if that's so, and you're putting yourself in a Dunkin' Donuts commercial with Ben Affleck and Bill Belichick, it's something I've never seen an agent do before in the history of being a sports agent.
This is a follow-up question, I guess, that only Pablo could answer. But is she like his agent, or is she just his much younger, media-savvy girlfriend / person who's managing his affairs?
Well, manager is different than agent, though, right?
Sort of. Not necessarily. I mean, well, is she getting 10%? Is she getting 5%? What's her cut? Just an appearance in the Dunkin' video? That's probably worth something monetarily. I don't know. Dan, I have a lot of questions about this, but my point is, I wouldn't be surprised if a older person dating a younger person had the younger person who probably has more, media connections and media savvy sort of like do some of the work there. And also be like, I want to be in the commercial.
I hate to do this on Valentine's Day. Oh. I really do. Like, I don't want to do it, but I just want to pose the question out there.
Don't look now?
Don't look now. But I can see this ending amicably, right, between the two lovers, Bill Belichick and his girlfriend. But then her still being part of his media-savvy team and continue to help him throughout his days as a coach and whatever else is in his future.
I see this as a spinoff into a reality show for her at some point.
That'd be awesome.
That's what's going to happen,
Bachelorette,
right?
maybe?
The Traders.
I don't know where she ends up, but I want
Love is
Belichick to be a
Blind?
part of it.
Yeah.
That's also another name for Don't Look Now.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel? Because we have played the video before of Robert Kraft and his audition with what people were saying was a young woman that he was trying to help in an audition, and we saw his very poor acting. A manager of any sort putting themselves in a Dunkin' Donuts commercial for the Super Bowl. Like, whether she is media savvy or not, it is, again, I'm used to people behaving like Drew Rosenhaus. I'm plenty used to agents doing nothing but being interested in their own personal gain. But to be next to Bill Belichick in a commercial as someone who's only there so that I can ask, is that his girlfriend? Because I otherwise wouldn't know her by anything yet, but that is a level of grabbing for something that I thought was outside of the auspices of what an agent or a manager is supposed to do. But in the modern age, he is going to need some help with whatever it is reaching young people beyond buying pizzas for the frats at North Carolina before Duke, North Carolina.
When we were in New Orleans for the Super Bowl at Radio Row, we spoke to someone who has trafficked in these waters before, in Sean Stellato, who is Daniel Jones's agent. And he mentioned that he has an agent, which is kind of like, well, okay, why does your agent need an agent? But he said something that I thought was interesting and hadn't considered. He's like, yeah, to be perfectly honest with you, like, going viral was great, not just for me, but for my clients, because I have so many brands that have reached out because they want me to do things that then I get work for my clients and I get them endorsements also, which is not the way you would think it would work out at all. But somehow he's managed to have the moment of him out there in his suit that went around get more work for his clients that they wouldn't have normally gotten because of him.
Well, I mean, it makes a ton of sense. It's not like she's just his agent, Dan. It's like Drew Rosenhaus isn't dating, as far as I know, one of his clients. Like, they're in a relationship, and he's also, like, this has made him infinitely more relevant than just taking a college football job. The fact that he's on a red carpet. Do you think people are talking more about North Carolina football or him and his young girlfriend on the red carpet at the NFL Honors? Way more people are talking about that right now. This is like how he stays like cool and hip and relevant.
With all the rings on too, Dan, what kind of message was he sending there? What do you think? Don't look now. But he was wearing all his Super Bowl rings after he was kind of pushed out of the league.
Yeah, that's the whole thing, right? We're not going to surround Bill Belichick with other random 20-something-year-old women, but that's the thing. Having the young girlfriend right now is like the crazy thing that he's doing differently, and he's in commercials, so why not make her a part of it? That's essentially the brand at this point for him is, hey, I'm at 72 years old, and I'm going to be like, you've never seen me before.
Don't look now. You've never seen this version
now you get
before.
Now we understand.
The part that I would be most interested in, because we can speculate and talk around something that is interesting, but when it comes to career management, When it comes to people getting advice from the people they sleep next to because they're the most intimate and love those people the most, it is something that I would like to hear, the business meeting strategy, where it's explained who's leading whom on what's being decided here, on how it is that you go about getting to that commercial. For example, Ben Affleck wants Bill Belichick in that Dunkin' commercial. Does Bill Belichick go back to Ben Affleck and be like, can my girlfriend be in this too? Like,
You hate that guy, by the way. You hate that guy. Hey, can my girlfriend come? It's like, buddy, do you see any other girlfriends here? It's a boys thing. What are you doing? The boys up in Canada right now watching Puck are not like, hey, can I bring my girlfriend along? No, you never want to be that guy. Wow. If the boys are going to be with the boys, you're going to hang out with the boys. If other girls are going, then other girls. Thank you, Ben.
Men should only hang out with men, and women should only hang out with women in the kitchen where they belong.
Thank you. Don't look now, though.
Would you watch a Bill Belichick sex tape?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, come on.
Yeah,
sure.
I'd be locked in.
Bill Belichick is doing what we all dream of doing.
It's hard to say no, right?
You can't say no.
You wonder. What is it like?
You saw him leaving the thing on the ring camera, and you're like,
yeah,
good
it
looking
was
chest.
A tease. Yeah, surprising.
Good looking chest there.
Yeah. Weird, but not bad. Better than mine.
He's a dog.
Bad weekend in Miami. We got boat show. The boat show is a traffic disaster. Oh my God. Jessica, you seem to have been hurt by just the mere
also,
reference.
Dan, Coconut Grove Art Festival, best weekend of the year, but traffic between boat show and art festival, woof. Stay home.
It's a crazy weekend. There's too much going on. There's the boat show here locally, the arts festival here locally, NBA All-Star Game is going on. There's the hockey thing going on, the Great American Race is this weekend. A lot of things.
President's Day, Valentine's Day.
Yeah, too many days.
President's Day. We don't have a show on Monday.
You know
really?
I think.
You still have to come in, Jeremy.
You know what I was thinking the other day? And you guys will judge me, and I guess, Dan, this may be why you think that I'm weird, right? So we just invented days, right? Like someone, the Mayans, the Aztecs, whoever, just invented the calendar, invented days, right? And like if you were going, in a circle, you could just decide a year is 360 days instead of 365 days. And you could also break things up into 12 even months of 30 days each, and then have 360 days, which would represent like 360 degrees. So things could go full circle rather than 365 with this slightly off. And then you need to figure out where's the 31, where's the 30, there's a 28 here,
it's
a 29.
That's how you know, knuckle.
No, the knuckle thing is real, but like,
knuckle between.
Why didn't we just decide on 360 days? Because then when you go full circle, it's 360 degrees. So January 1st to January 31st, full circle, 360 days. We were in charge of that.
I think it's because of how long it takes for the rotation of the Earth.
Around the sun, yeah.
No. Pardon me, but no.
Let my boy cook.
He didn't have an elaboration. There was no further cooking. It was just no. He was done with
Let me tell you something. I'm
not going to take a quiz.
Can I tell you something about space science?
Please do.
It's Neil deGrasse Tyson
that guy,
going
please.
up just making up shit as he goes. And then everyone's like, wow, you're so smart. Don't look into him, by the way. Wow, you're so smart. You know so much about the space and the cosmos and the this and the that. And it's like largely speculative. Yep. Neil deGrasse Tyson has not traveled 1 million light years away from us. He can look in a telescope, but guess what?
See the same thing we see.
Remember when someone looked in a telescope and it was a piece of sausage, a little piece of salami, and they're like, look, this is planet Neptune XYZ P3 in the galaxy XY, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, wow, this is the clearest photo we've ever seen of that. And it's like, nope, it was an astronomer's sandwich. Tricked ya. That's space science in a nutshell. I was part of astronomy club.
That I can believe.
It is the nerdiest thing ever. You know that sound. It's the sound of money hitting your Venmo account. A friend paying you back. Or maybe it's getting cash back from your favorite business when you pay with the Venmo debit card. Or it's realizing you can pay with Venmo at checkout at thousands of brands. Now, there are so many more ways to answer the question, what's your Venmo? Download Venmo today. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A. pursuant to license by MasterCard International Incorporated. Dosh cashback terms apply.
Dan Le Batard.
All of us who were watching college football elevated everything the weekend was because we missed football in general so very much.
you didn't watch the ending of UTEP Jacksonville State. It was awesome.
A dizzy. Boom. Mm-hmm.
Stugotz.
It's such a lane for you. Just everything in college football is awesome. Any single thing that happens, she gets deliriously happy about.
Don't you miss viewing sports through that prism, though? Like, I'm envious of Lucy. Like, I wish that I could still be happy.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
O'Shea, it is nice seeing you again. It's nice to talk to you again. It has been a long time. Thank you for making the time for being on with us.
Dan, it is 8 a.m, man.
All right. Well, we'll start right there. He's on the West Coast, and I love watching his work. I've loved what it is that he's been doing, and I love your father. So we will talk about Den of Thieves 2 in a second. I enjoyed the first one, but I want to know what you and your dad are most likely to argue about most passionately. Like, what would be the place where you and your dad, where you'd have to show him, no, I'm an adult now, and this is how I think about this?
Actually, a funny story. The first Den of Thieves, there was a situation where, sometimes when you're on a movie set, they can just not get to you sometimes. And in the first Den of Thieves, I'm really the twist of the film. So I kind of am supposed to be under the radar. And there were a lot of days, consecutive days, where I'd be on set 11, 12 hours, and they just never used me. And Den of Thieves 1 was my first time in a major motion picture outside of Straight Outta Compton. I did an indie in between. But Den of Thieves is my third movie ever. And so I remember calling him, and I was like, Dad, is this normal? This is my third day in a row. We just been here for 12 hours and they haven't used me. And he goes, just go home. What do you mean? Just get in the car, go home, and tell them, call me when you need me. I said, Dad, that's a real Ice Cube thing to do. I'm not there yet. I gotta earn my stripes a little bit more. He was like, no, you don't. Just go home. Well, I stayed, I pushed through, it's paid off. But sometimes my dad has to know there's the Ice Cube way of handling things, but he doesn't know what it's like to be his son and what that brings and what I got to deal with and how people think of me, and really an ideology that I got to break and show that I'm my own individual.
O'Shea, I cannot tell you how much it delights me that you could lecture your father about his privilege.
It's just bro, you're Ice Cube, dude. I'm just Ice Cube's kid. They already think I'm coming to set with a posse of 20 people because they think I'm a rapper. But it's just certain things that go into it, man.
I think the last time we talked to you, I've talked to you about other stuff, I believe, on Highly Questionable, but it was around when Straight Outta Compton, the movie, was coming out. Now that you've had the years and you were trying to respect your father's legacy, how you grew up and all those things, what is your biggest takeaway from what went best about the making of that? And what would you have liked to have done differently, if anything, in terms of how it is that represented that time for your father when you were growing up?
Straight Outta Compton is always going to have a place in my heart that, no matter the passion project or, whether I'm a part of a new movie legacy that I was a fan of, when I did Obi-Wan Kenobi or when I did Godzilla, a little kid Shay was a fan of those things. So to be a part of them is a dream come true. Straight Outta Compton is different. That was probably at the time, for sure, the thing I was most proud of. Now, 10 years later, there's some things where, as an actor, I'm I could do that scene different. I could have did that a little different. But I wouldn't change anything about the experience. It being the 10th anniversary, I'm trying to put something together with the other castmates. We've all grown in our careers, and it'll be cool to sit down with my fellas again and kind of talk about making Straight Outta Compton and that experience and how we've grown from it now.
Who's a better action movie person, you or your dad?
Well, Den of Thieves is about to, that's my franchise right now, so I'm going to say me.
How about comedy?
Oh, he got that on lock right now. I've done 2 comedy movies, but when you look at things like Friday or All About the Benjamins, All About the Benjamins, by the way, just put it out there. very underrated movie. Shot in Miami, so shout out to Miami. But yeah, he's got me down. I'm only 10 years in, bro. Give me some time.
All right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to badger you. I have high expectations. Let's get from O'Shea his top 3 action movie franchises of all time. Let's do it from the reverse to the top, from bronze, silver to gold. I will give you a second to think by pointing out to the people that Den of Thieves 2, it was very fun. The first one with Gerard Butler was a lot of fun, and so I imagine it was popular enough that this is the reason that there's a sequel at a time that, it's hard to get things, a little harder to get things made in Hollywood than it was a little while ago. So, your bronze medalist on action movie franchise of all time is?
Ooh, bronze? I mean, bronze sounds crazy. I'll just say my third favorite. But John Wick. John Wick is so cool, dude. John Wick is just, like, how do you not love Keanu Reeves? The fourth one upset me. Those who saw it know why. I'm not going to spoil it. But, yeah, like John Wick, he's just the man. He makes me want to play every video game I have that I can pretend to be John Wick. So John Wick is for sure in there.
All right, so silver medalist. You know what's going to happen here. You guys bury him when he gets to gold, and then there's someone he forgot. Everyone get in there and make sure that he knows who he forgot. Silver.
Whoa, chill. All right, number 2, I got to go because I caught on to them late because I didn't care about the hype, but then I watched all of them on, like, multiple plane rides. I love the Fast and Furious, bro. It's the most popcorn.
At 2?
Turn your brain. Bro, watch me work, bro.
That's
watch
a 1.
Me work.
That's a number 1.
Watch me work.
Okay.
Watch me work,
All
bro.
right.
All right, so yeah, I just turn my brain off and just enjoy the ride. Tyrese and Ludacris in space. Take my money now.
What an evolution for Tyrese and Ludacris, huh? Like, they started as just guys who were their bookies, really, just kind of having street races, and then all of a sudden they're like scientists and they're in space and they know how to defuse nuclear submarines and everything. It's quite the evolution.
It's amazing, man. And then number 1, is it bad if I put the Den of Thieves saga, bro? I'm promoting the movie.
It just undercuts everything you've said all interview.
I know, exactly, bro, exactly. But I mean, how do you put the 007s then? Because, like, do I got to break them up into actors? Do I got to, like,
I mean, what are you doing with Mission Impossible?
Yes. Oh, Mission Impossible, probably the greatest action franchise of all time.
Mission Impossible, I got a couple of gaps in there, so I don't want to put it all there. I just watched Die Hard for the first time this year. So, like, just chill, everybody. Chill out.
You've told us now to chill a couple of times, and here's what I.
Because the Dan Le Batard show goes at your neck, bro.
Here is where, though, I would simply object. Okay, like, it would be totally fine and exceptionally, like, you've learned from your father. You're really good at this. To put Den of Thieves 2 at the top is a totally acceptable thing, and you get my producers off your back by saying, hey, Fast and the Furious is number 2. I know you like it. So you did an exceptional promotional thing that would have made your father proud. But when you tell us, watch me work, and then you lead us there, I feel betrayed by the end when you go straight promotional and are just that selfish about your own needs.
Don't listen to him, O'Shea. You're killing it.
Bro, celebrities, bro. We always got to promote. We are scumbags.
No Indiana Jones either, Dan. One of the greatest action franchises of all time.
No Bourne movies.
What do you mean?
Bournes are cool. Bournes
exactly.
Are cool. Well, Indiana, like, I caught on to that late, too. Star Wars is all over the place, but, I love the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. That was great.
There's just something about being disavowed by your nation, O'Shea.
God,
you know what I mean? There's nothing like when your nation disavows you.
If that's your premise for the movie, I'm watching it.
Dude, it's really. I wish I could let you guys know where we plan to go with this saga that we mentally prepare for.
You can tell us.
No, I can't.
No, you can't.
No, I can't. Christian
Gutierrez, just friends here, man.
Are you disavowed by the government?
What you want to talk about next, Dan?
I put it on the poll, please. Juju at Le Batard Show. Will Den of Thieves 2 be the greatest action movie ever?
Until Den of Thieves 3.
Den of Thieves saga, bro. We got big plans, bro. We got big plans, bro. We got big plans, bro.
Okay, but I can't do my
No, you have
poll
to add that into the
question.
poll.
Okay, yeah, just to
Okay.
fine. Just make all of that the poll, and throw disavowed by the nation at the end. Your and your father's. That's going to be a Suey laugh. Let's your and your father's Lakers did what they did here recently, and the reaction in both households was what when Luka is all of a sudden a Laker.
Oh, well, I was actually filming my podcast, yeah, there I am right there. Good Lord. And I was filming the No Contest Wrestling podcast when I got the news from my best friend, Roman. But I feel like everybody kind of felt the same. Number one, I didn't know how to feel about losing Anthony Davis. When you have been fighting online with everyone for about 6 years on how great Anthony Davis is, and then he's gone just like that, just like blowing out a candle. It kind of hurt. But then, you get Luka. You get Luka for one pick, and of course Max Christie, who's an amazing young player. It's bittersweet, but I really feel like Luka's going to do well out here. I know for sure he's going to love it out here. He's already mentioned the beach. The dude's having a great time. He's got 6 weeks of not playing basketball, so he's got a little bit of rust. But I think we'll be okay, and I think we'll be okay for quite a long time. Lakers don't believe in the dark ages. Every now and then a superstar just falls in your lap.
Lion Gates, Den of Thieves 2, Pantera is available now on premium video on demand and on 4K UHD Steelbook, Blu-ray, and DVD March 4th. I'm going to put you on the spot again to do this rapid fire with you. Top 3 Lakers of all time. You begin with the bronze medalist. The bronze medalist, according to O'Shea Jackson, is?
Shaquille O'Neal. Gotta go Shaquille O'Neal, dude.
LeBron James is right there, O'Shea.
Number 2.
I know, but he got one, dude. I love Bron, but he got one. I got to go Big Shaq. And they're going to kill me for this, but I don't care. Go on Magic Johnson. How do you not have a list without Shaq and Magic Johnson? Not me. I won't do that. And then number 1, come on, man. You know what it is. I am a member of the Mamba mentality cult, whatever you want to call us, bro. Kobe Bryant is number 1 Laker ever. Throw the headphones. I don't care, bro. I was there.
No LeBron! No Kareem and no LeBron! How do you do that?
You only give him 3, Dan.
You only gave me 3. If you gave me 5, they'd be there. What do you want me to do?
No Kareem in the top 3! No Kareem!
I know Magic gotta be in there, but Shaq and Kobe are in there, bro.
I can't talk to this man anymore!
Well, we're close to the end of the interview. You're going to be okay.
Hey folks, it's Mike Ryan. It is Big Game Week, and I've got just the thing to make your big game time a Miller time. From fireside conversations to football Sundays, winter means more moments with the coolest people in your life. Make these moments even better with Miller Lite, the great tasting light beer for people who love beer. A new year is a perfect time for friends, family, and great tasting light beer. Tastes like Miller time. Miller Lite is brewed for taste. It hits different than other light beers, so when you're hosting your ultimate game day party, why don't you bring out a beautiful silver platter of that amazing white can and know you will make everybody there happy, because Miller Lite is the original light beer since 1975 and still the very best one. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. Tastes like Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.